Electric TV Radio. Redefining broadcasting. Listen. You're listening to Electric TV and Radio. You are listening to Electric TV Radio. Electric TV Radio. We dare to lead.
Mesdemoiselles, mesdames et messieurs, je vous dis bonsoir. Je m'appelle Comment et ce soir, je suis avec LBT sur LBT TV Radio.
This is radio like you never heard before. Electric TV Radio, the pathfinder for radio.
All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on the Negota TV Radio. I'm back. Came back from away yesterday. Came back with a little bit of a fever. I don't know, but I mean, I'm just not in my best element. I don't know what's wrong, but I get myself checked after my show. Right, I've got Benedict in the building. Benedict last week did half of the show recorded, and then later showed up, and yeah, I'm sure you guys enjoyed it. Good morning, Benedict. How are you? How was the weekend?
I'm fine. My weekend was a good one. How was yours?
It was great.
Okay, no strange things. There's no Nigerian wedding out here.
No. This one was solid. It was great.
Yeah, but so coming to this one, please share the Legacy TV radio link. I know many of your friends because people love football always have friends. Who love football. So if your friend is not listening to Legacy TV radio, just do what to share.
So let me ask you this. Who got the worst end of the stick? Roma, Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham Hotspur. Who got the worst end of the stick for this weekend?
Well, I'm gonna say Tottenham Hotspur because
why?
2-1. I wasn't shocked. But come on, Newcastle they played underwhelming for me. Totally underwhelming.
They didn't have Isaac. They didn't have Saint Maxima.
Really crucial players, and it's 2-1. I think.
So where are those people who were saying that Tottenham Hotspur are a title contender this season?
One of them is in the studio here.
It's coming tomorrow, and you too.
Yes, but I don't really know. Like Conte now, Steven Gerrard lost his job, so maybe Conte is next. And then there's some rumors about him because Conte likes to run down his contract. People don't know whether there's going to be an exception this season. But Spurs are literally there.
But Spurs fans are already shouting that the coach is not doing well. They should fight. I don't understand. Is it that bad?
It's not that bad.
Like, is Spurs are still in top position on the league table, right?
Yeah.
Good. So, by all shades, by all standard, is Spurs supposed to even be in the third position in the first place? Like, what right do they have to be claiming third spot that now their fans are not saying the coach is not doing well? Where is Spurs at on the league table? Is there a position? If you look at the league table, Spurs are third. Is there a team in this league that Spurs are supposed to be above?
Well, when is your not London brother there?
No. Arsenal not their mate. Just stop it. Don't put Arsenal in that Spurs conversation. What's that? Arsenal is not Spurs mate. We're not Londoners, but that's where it ends. Rich people can live with poor people in the same neighborhood. There's VGC, there's Qatar, there is Ikoyi, there's Obalende. So don't even bring that conversation does not work. This sports team at the Obalende to Arsenal's Ikoyi or the Qatar to Arsenal's VGC. So not even who's that? What kind of talk is that one? Stop it, I beg. Spurs are not Arsenal's mate. They are only pretending. That's why, they want to be like Arsenal. Arsenal does not want to be like Spurs. So these are two different things, right? Spurs seriously want to be like Arsenal. Like finishing above Arsenal is their greatest goal. The reason why they are frustrated right now is they know that they cannot end the season in top position. And seeing Arsenal already in top position means they can't finish above Arsenal. You understand? Yeah. That's where the whole frustration is. If Arsenal were somewhere, you see this third position that Spurs are in. If Arsenal were in fifth, Spurs will be happy. Yeah. Spurs are like, we're above Arsenal, so there's no problem. Conte is doing well. It's just because Arsenal is way above them That's why they are not cranked up like, oh, the normal trophy that we normally win, finishing above Arsenal, it's not looking like it's not going to happen this season. If not any other season, Spurs will be very happy that after 12 games, they are in third position and, they can kick it. But, I mean, losing 3 out of their last 5 games also does not speak good of them. Also, doesn't tell a good story. They've lost back-to-back now. They lost to Arsenal 1-2 straight games, and then they've lost back-to-back, Man United and then Newcastle. And it seems like it might continue. For me, Spurs was not meant to be in the top 4 in the first place. If it's not Manchester United and Liverpool who couldn't find their bearing, now Newcastle in top 4. I have to take my words back on Eddie Howe, okay? Because 2 English coaches are really impressive now. Eddie Howe and Graham Potter. But my jury is out on Graham Potter. But Eddie Howe has really impressed me. No major big signing apart from Isak. And for me, Isak is not a big player. Let's be very honest. They just wasted our money. And
they signed the Pope that was a major sign, and the other defender from Brighton was Dan Bourne, I think.
Yeah.
That was the only 2 really. And Joe Willock, they signed Joe Willock
from Arsenal. Yeah, they permanent the day after alone.
And regardless of the whole new owners, richest owners, they didn't really make the whole thing reflect on the game. But anyhow, we're still doing the job. I remember his days at Bournemouth, and Bournemouth got relegated after 1 or 2 years of trying. Even the club and fans were begging him, Eddie, please don't go, please don't go. But it happened, and now maybe leaving to Newcastle is just one of the best things to happen in his life.
Okay, so Manchester United. Is it time to really say, you know what, cut Cristiano Ronaldo, let's terminate the contract, go your way, I go my way, and then focus on the players that they've got right now, or they should still keep him till probably the end of the season?
Well, the chance of him leaving at any moment of close to not the end of the season is pretty slim. I think at the end of the season, they should just let him go. There's nothing much to offer. 37 years, we know all the trophies, we know all the good arguments, but
nobody's even going to have any conversation around that. I mean, he's a goat. There's no talk about it.
But I think he should just leave the team. He should retire because due to his pride, he's not going to go to America, he's not going to go to Arabia, he's not going to go to China. So he should retire.
You never can say.
Not Zlatan that says LA Galaxy, you are welcome. That's not. It's not. I really doubt it.
You never can say. I'm just telling you. You never can say.
So what's on your mind?
I mean, he might move. Somebody might just give him a good enough reason to say, okay, what's up? We have this offer for you. Show up, and he will just show up. You never can say. I mean, that's the way I see it. You never can say. You can't sit where you are and say, oh, they will not. I've learned not to argue against movement of players, because 1 minute they'll tell you they are not going to do this, and then the next minute exactly that is what they are doing. So I'm very careful when I'm bragging about players that they will not do this. No, I can't put a bet on them. Footballers will disappoint you. They will just make you look foolish at the end of the day. So how many days do we have to the World Cup?
27 days we have to the World Cup. Well, 27 is not such a common and often number, but first of all, I have some questions I would really like to ask you concerning this World Cup.
Okay.
First of all, a lot of players are going to be. This is going to be our last World Cup. Who's going to make the best of it?
Oh, I need to have a list of the players first. Fine.
What is the Thiago Silva? There's Cristiano Ronaldo. Maybe I can't see that much.
Cristiano Ronaldo is not going to offer anything at the World Cup.
Dani Alves is going to be also playing his last World Cup with Gragra and all of that. A lot of players.
This Brazilian team is good, but I don't know if Dani Alves will be a regular starter. Maybe let's start with Thiago Silva. Maybe Thiago Silva. I mean, Thiago Silva has played with almost everybody, from Paulo Maldini to Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Ronaldo, Lima, Neymar, everybody. He's played with everybody, but eventually won the Champions League with some of the most unknown players, Timo Werner, Kai Havertz, and the rest of them. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed and see he's the one that I'm betting on, okay, this guy will deliver the World Cup. I say not winning the World Cup, but probably get all the way to the finals. In my head, I'm just thinking, he might get to the finals. It might be a final between Brazil and Argentina, the way I look at it. But, I mean, this is just me hoping and wishing. That's not a prediction. It might happen, it might not happen. But then I want to look at the players that are, first off, I'm going to talk to you about players that were born rich, that didn't grow up in poverty. But beyond that, I also want to talk about players that are most likely not going to the World Cup this time around. whatever you have for the World Cup. Let me run the listeners and viewers through some players that unfortunately will not be at the World Cup. There are fans' delight. There are players that people want to see. The fans want to see them. For France first, I know that top on the list is N'Golo Kante, but unfortunately, N'Golo Kante is not going to the World Cup. So I have a list of 10 here, and I still have other lists, but a list of 10 here. On number 10 is N'Golo Kante. Kante is a different breed, a very different type of player. It doesn't contribute much when it comes to goals and assists, but runs the midfield alone. Kante is an engine for both Chelsea and the French team. With his seamless stamina, Kante performed well in the 2018 World Cup. He featured in all 7 matches for France at the World Cup. N'Golo Kante even started in the final against Croatia, with France winning 4-2. But unfortunately, the man is not going to be at this World Cup. France will certainly suffer from the loss of a vital player like Kante. The midfielder has not played a game since Chelsea's draw with Spurs on August the 14th. The hamstring injury has forced N'Golo Kante to be on the sideline for 4 months, and he's still going to be out. He's not going to make it to the World Cup. Another player is also a Chelsea player that's not going to go to this World Cup. Reece James got injured playing against AC Milan. Remember, every footballer's dream of representing their country in the World Cup. Okay, Reece James turned that dream into reality. However, a knee injury has ruled him out after a win against AC Milan in the UEFA Champions League. Reece James stayed in Milan for a day. The surgeon then revealed to him that he cannot play for 2 months, with the World Cup just 1 month away. James is devastated but has not given up. England manager Gary Southgate has sent a squad list to FIFA but has not revealed anything to the public. With Kyle Walker also potentially out, England would miss out on 2 crucial right backs. Okay?
Yeah, and Arnold too. I also major doubt. Arnold is injured, yes. Trippier struggling. So the right back position, I'll leave it for now.
And they will adapt, they will cover players. And why are they not taking Ben White? I don't know. Well, let's see the league. We've not seen the list. So, I mean, Ben White has shown that he can adapt to that right back position. And I think, this is me thinking out loud, I think that Arteta is working so hard to get Ben White to the World Cup. That's why he would rather play Tomiyasu on the left side and put Ben White on the right side. Ben White is the centre back, we all know, but he's just trying to show to the England manager that you can back on this guy. And that might just not be at the detriment of the Arsenal team, because all of a sudden the team seems a little bit loop-sided. Diogo Jota is another one. He's a Liverpool player. I mean, all the names that I've mentioned are all Premier League players anyway. Liverpool acquired Jota's contract after witnessing his talent and glamour. The 25-year-old has bagged many goals for Liverpool over the 2 seasons in a very captivating win against Manchester City at Anfield. Jota's night ended in a horrible way. The forward suffered a serious calf injury, which has ruled him out of the Qatar World Cup. Diogo Jota was set to feature in his first ever World Cup. Moreover, he was set to play a prominent role for Portugal alongside the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, Bernardo Silva, and others. As of now, the recovery process has begun, but Diogo Jota is out for both Liverpool and Portugal until the end of the year. That's not good. Another player that everybody was looking to, like, okay, come and do small grad at the World Cup is Swedish Alexander Isak. The Swedish forward signed a new deal with Newcastle United up to $67 million from Real Sociedad. Since then, he has only made 3 appearances because of a thigh injury. Alexander Isak made an instant impact on his debut, scoring against Liverpool. The striker also bagged another goal against Bournemouth. However, he encountered an injury while on international duty. That can be very, very annoying anyway. Newcastle manager Eddie Howe has confirmed that Isak suffered a thigh injury on international duty. The injury has ruled him out of the next 2 months, so meaning that's not going to the World Cup for him as well. Pedro Neto, this is a player that everybody was saying Arsenal was going to sign. So many talk about him in the transfer market during the transfer window. He's a 22-year-old player. They call him the magician for Wolverhampton Wanderers. Okay, Pedro Neto has displayed his flair in the Premier League many times. Neto was set to feature in the first ever World Cup. However, he suffered an injury in the first half of a fixture against West Ham. Neto had suffered an ankle injury and will require surgery. Wolves issued a statement ruling him out of the ruling the 22-year out of the World Cup. Pedro has only played 3 games for Portugal, scoring 1 goal. Neto, just like Jota, was looking to make an impact for Portugal. Even with the services of Cristiano Ronaldo, Portugal have not achieved much. Their best run at the World Cup was a 3rd place finish in 1966. Portugal reached the round of 16 at the 2018 World Cup after years and years. Portugal finally had many great players and a great team. However, the exclusion of Neto is expected to affect the squad. Now, that's the one you talked about that affected AS Roma and Jose Mourinho. Hoping that this guy will be at the World Cup would also add value to the Argentine team, hoping that they go all the way to the finals and probably lift the tournament. We never know, but I mean, that's what every bookmaker said Argentina and Brazil will play in the final. To repeat, the last Copa America, probably this time around, Brazil might exact their pound of flesh, but we never can tell. Don't underrate the European teams anyway. We can agree that the African teams will not do us any good at the World Cup. The Asian teams also might not, but don't underestimate the European teams, okay? But then, Dybala's last season with Juventus didn't end in the way he wanted. His performance at Juventus kept on deteriorating over the years. However, AS Roma fans certainly gave a grand welcome. Welcome the Grande. Yeah, they gave him a grand welcome to Paulo Dybala. Jose Mourinho pushed to sign the free agent on a 3-year contract at the club. Dybala is back in form as he enters his prime. The 28-year-old has scored 5 goals, has 2 assists in 8 appearances. He has also scored twice in 3 Europa League matches for AS Roma. But that's all she wrote. After a return in form and consistency, Dybala was set to partner up Angel Di Maria and Lionel Messi at the World Cup. He even scored a penalty against Lecce to win the game for Roma. Dybala's penalty won Roma 3 points, but also saw him suffer an injury. A tear in the quad. Ooh, that's bad. Has now ruled him out for 4 to 8 weeks. However, Argentine manager Lionel Scaloni has not ruled him out completely. Okay, this is a race against time for Dybala. He looks to get fit for the World Cup. Let's see if the coach will stubbornly take it. And then another player that is not going to the World Cup. Sorry, Man City's Kyle Walker. Gareth Southgate has the best choice of players since England, as many great players. However, the major drawback comes in the right back position where Reece James is ruled out. With Reece James ruled out for the World Cup, Kyle Walker's role for England become even more prominent and vital. Unfortunately, Walker is currently suffering from a groin injury, but is likely to step up his recovery process quickly. He might make it to the World Cup, maybe sit on the bench somehow. But, I mean, what's the use taking an injured player to the World Cup? Kieran Trippier is now set to start in the right back position. However, Southgate will choose Walker if he is close to match fitness. It is likely that the manager will pick Walker for England squad, even if he misses the opener against Iran. I mean, England should beat Iran unless an upset of grand proportion happen. Okay, but let's see. Now let's go back to the French national team. Former Real Madrid and current Manchester United player. We saw him cry off the field. Okay, in an important match against Chelsea FC, Manchester United performed well from the start. The backline held their own against the likes of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Mason Mount, and others. Unfortunately, Raphael Varane suffered an injury whilst attempting to intercept a ball. I mean, the way he fell that day was very, very strange, okay? Varane left the pitch in tears after rolling his ankle in an attempt to stop Aubameyang from receiving the ball. France would definitely suffer defensively because of the absence of, firstly, N'Golo Kante and now Raphael Varane. And a player that Man City signed that I questioned the signing, and he's not played since the signing.
KP.
Yes, just like Paulo Dybala, Kevin faces a race against time in order to get fit for the 2022 World Cup. Kevin joined Manchester City from Leeds at the start of the season. 26-year-old has played only a few minutes of Pep Guardiola this season. He is also yet to start a match for Manchester City. England do have many options, especially in midfield position, but it is the dream real for not Kevin De Bruyne, Kevin Phillips. That's really painful. Southgate has already called up Phillips in the past. The midfielder has made a total of 23 appearances for England. Kevin is facing a shoulder injury as of now, which implies that he will have to prove his fitness before November 20th. That's the deadline. And one player that Argentina would miss, okay, in the last 10, 15 years, this guy has been very, 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 very consistent. Okay, it's just that there is a Messi and a Ronaldo there that's making it impossible for him to be the man. I'm talking about the one who's played for Real Madrid, Manchester United, Paris Saint-Germain, are currently playing for Juventus. He's played everywhere. I think he played for Benfica, if my memory serves me right. Juventus and Argentine winger will be out until early November. Di Maria has been a crucial player for Argentina over the years. He played a key role in the Copa America final, scoring the winning goal. Di Maria picked up a low-grade hamstring injury against Maccabi Haifa in the UEFA Champions League. Fortunately for Argentina, Di Maria is expected to return to the squad in early November. Okay, so let's hope that works. Angel Di Maria is quite an underrated player of this generation. The winger has made 125 appearances for the Abe Celeste, okay, scoring 25 goals, and is looking to fulfill his dream of winning the FIFA World Cup. Well, if there are players that you think we did not mention, you can join the conversation, dropping it on the comment section. Players that will miss the World Cup. I'm not talking of the ones that their country qualified. I'm talking of people that their country qualified, but somehow would miss out on the World Cup. So I've given you my top 10, and of those top 10, there are 2 in it that just might make it to the World Cup: Kyle Walker and Angel Di Maria. So let's just hope that everything go according to plan. But then, to you guys out there, I ask a question: who got the shortest end of the stick? Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal, AS Roma, Liverpool, or Tottenham Hotspur? Yes, of the top 4 in England, only Man City won. Every other team dropped point one way or the other. Some dropped maximum point, some dropped 2 points, like Arsenal dropped 2 points. A chance for them to go 4 point clear, they missed it. I thought that after the Leeds game, Arsenal were beginning to look a little bit jaded, tired. And then again, this exactly is why I said Arsenal should not be mentioned as title contenders, because when Gabriel Jesus go on that is sabbatical and not really playing at his best, you cannot say Eddie Nketiah will come off the bench and add value. The gap between Eddie Nketiah and Gabriel Jesus is so far. I still don't believe that Arsenal actually gave Eddie Nketiah £100,000 a week contract. What do you have to say about that one?
About Eddie Nketiah?
Yeah.
Well, Eddie Nketiah, the spell that he was on loan, he really kind of impressed. I'm surprised they let go of a lot of other youngsters like Folarin Balogun.
Folarin Balogun is not going to Arsenal. Come on.
Yeah, but Eddie Nketiah, Jesus is not the best of strikers. If you talk about strikers, but in relation to Eddie Nketiah, come on, the gap is really, really far apart. And if Jesus is not over the par for you, then and you have someone who's far apart from him, then what can you expect? Something less, but Nketiah, Europa League has been doing his best to kind of steal his position in that Europa League. But overall, Jesus is number 1. If Jesus dry up, Arsenal need to find maybe Bukayo Saka is going to step in, or Gabriel Martinelli or Marcelo Odegaard.
Another part of the conversation that I just feel like talking about. Where is Eze Patrick when you need him?
As I was coming, I was only thinking tomorrow.
Eze Patrick, you know that you brought this up yourself. What did he call? What's it called? What did he call Benedict the other day? Ijebode Pondit, Abi. Tomorrow, you and Sebastian will be here. We will see. It will be televised. It will be well captured, and we will see. So I also, people say that football is for the poor, but I'm going to give you a list of footballers who grew up in rich homes. But before then, let's also add that a player like Boubacar Kamara of France will not make it to the World Cup. Atomelo, because of injury, will not also make it to the World Cup. There are a few other players that I need to add to that list that I called before. Paul Oga Fashion Salou, Babi Salou guy. Babi Salou Ballon d'Or winner. Paul Pogba would also not make it to the World Cup. Uruguay's Ronald Araujo, okay, I don't know how they call him in Barcelona, but I think that's how they call him. Araujo, whatever, okay, will not also make it to the World Cup. So there are a lot of players on this list. Atomelo, that I think it was Liverpool that signed him from Juventus.
No, it was Barcelona. We had a swap deal for another player at Juventus.
No,
Or before that time.
it's Liverpool.
Also,
Yeah.
never. It was just a rumor that Liverpool wanted to sign him. It was a swap deal with the player at Juventus. There's another Arthur Melo and it just come out of my mind. But it was
I don't
a
know.
swap deal.
I don't know. I'm struggling. I'm struggling to agree with you on that one. It's a Liverpool player. What's wrong with you?
Liverpool.
Yes.
Ha!
Arthur Enrique Ramos de Oliveira Melo, known as Arthur, is a Brazilian professional footballer who plays as a midfielder for Premier League club side Liverpool, on loan from Serie A club Juventus.
Okay.
So
it's
a Liverpool player. It's a Liverpool player. Liverpool signed him in a hurry. Like, they just said that Arsenal wants to sign him, and then they went to sign him. See life now. Well, let's read some messages, starting from Instagram, and then I'll come to YouTube, where my family people are, the people who love me with all their heart, where they are. Let me go there and see what's going on there. I attend a wedding in Owerri, a wedding where everybody was beautiful. I've not seen so many beautiful people gather in one place before in a very long time. The people in that wedding can make you change your mind and decide to marry a second wife. Yes, Mrs. Smiley say good morning, Elegote. Been a while. Yeah, good morning to you. I say I know say you for don't talk about the Ronaldo matter. We don't close chapter on that one last week. Now that one an old matter. Did you think is tarnishing his Man United legacy? Yes, I think so. Yeah. Now with Ten Hag. Ten Hag done the implement him style. He doesn't need the Ronaldo problem. Well, the players would know who's boss. I think Ronaldo should just find a way to terminate his contract and then move on, because this coach does not look like he wants to bend. It doesn't look like, I will give him a chance. It doesn't reckon with Cristiano Ronaldo. My only problem was Cristiano Ronaldo's team. The way we rate the Cristiano Ronaldo's team, the Mendes and the rest of them, they gambled and failed. They didn't calculate properly. This is a coach that they don't have a hold on. You don't have direct relationship with. So there was nothing in that would make them want to have control over the coach. But they didn't think about that. The name Ronaldo was big enough. And then, there's a tendency to make those kind of mistakes anyway. I mean, this is Ronaldo we're talking about. But unfortunately, what a lot of people don't realize is Ronaldo have lost a shade of speed, quickness. Some of the things that used to make Ronaldo tick, his free kick is no longer working. A lot of things are no longer working for him. So the coach can say, yeah, you are Ronaldo yesterday, but today you are just any other player. And that affects does that, because a lot of people will judge him from his last days, and just pile up the previous record, 100 goals, blah blah blah, as statistics. That's the way the world works anyway. So he shouldn't be surprised at it. I think he gambled and failed. Okay, Mr. Smiley says Spurs result. They shock me one bit. Are you serious? I guess not Newcastle. Okay, Mr. Smiles, they don't play good football. Yeah, but they managed to win with that bad football. But everybody, you all saw that they weren't playing good football, but you were nominating them for title challenge. But a lot of people say they were going to contend for the title. I don't know where that belief came from. Emmanuel Sebastian started it, and this Okogoro that is here with the studio with me also believe that these rotten Spurs that have first 11 like Arsenal will compete for title. When me, 7 even say Arsenal will compete for title. Well, we are saying it now. Official Hush Pablo, okay? Hush Pablo, Hush Poppy. Okay, Manchester United and Chelsea have an outstanding game. They talk of the result of this weekend, not be outstanding game. Okay, Mr. Smile, Gary Neville said it best. Gary even said Ronaldo should leave next week. Yeah, he should, because for every one more week he spends and they put him on the bench, his legacy, that his value, his importance is dropping. Like these current children that are saying, like, we train together. And you know that in 10 years, 10, 15, 20 years, these players of today will be pundits in one radio station or the other on TV, and they will tell you how they were in the team where I was benching Ronaldo. That's how they will say it. I was benching Ronaldo, and he couldn't take it. He walked out of the stadium, and the coach duly sent him to go and train with the under 21. So yeah, that's how they will say it, because that's they say everybody have their truth. Their truth start from where they met Ronaldo. Their truth will not go back into time and talk about the past Ronaldo. Talk about I was benching Ronaldo. He couldn't stand it. I remember one game that we played. We were winning against who did they play that he walked out of the stadium? Winning against Tottenham Hotspur, and he couldn't stand the shame of me putting him on the bench, and then he walked out on the tunnel, and then the coach, that time Eric Ten Hag now will be old. So the coach duly gave him the stick that he deserved and sent him to go and train with the under 20s. Then those under 20s now, when I talk about, when Ronaldo came to train with us, yeah, that's how it is now. When Ronaldo came to train with us, I dribbled him, I ran him, I marked him closely. That's the talk. That's the talk. Whether we like it or not, that's the conversation that will be there. And so Cristiano Ronaldo should look at all of that and say to himself, either he retires completely or he finds another country or another continent to go and play football. He could go to the US. I mean, it's the kind of thing that Hollywood needs. He should go to the US, even if it is one season, just go there, do a lot of media, go to events, Hollywood events. There's plenty of Hollywood events. So you could go sign for LA Galaxy, lesser pay, and then go and have fun, or go to Miami and play for the Beckham's team. I don't know, but that's just how I say it, because everything is happening on the wrong side of the stick for him right now. Mr. Smith said that must have been bad for Gary to say on Sky Sports, because the rest of them, Ferdinand and Kane, would. No, the thing is, at some point, you've got to put your club over the player. These guys also played for Manchester United. Every beautiful journey must come to an end. And then obviously, good morning to you. The fact that he's saying he does not mean he hates Cristiano Ronaldo, but at some point, which do you love the most? You love your club more than the player. So at this point, you forget about friendship and you think of the club. He's not doing the club. I remember at the beginning, the first time they signed him, I said he's going to come to this club and stifle him. He thought that United fans were insulting me. We've seen it now, okay? Never go back. It doesn't always work. Never go back to a former club. It doesn't always work. It always turns out to be something that doesn't come out well. So he should go and look for another club and play for. So I think he said, I think people laying the World Cup in the middle of the season does not favor the players. Imagine we will be missing some fine legs at the World Cup. Is there any World Cup that people have not missed before? Every World Cup, there are people who get injured and miss it. It's not because they put it in the middle of the season. So I don't want to agree with you on that one. Every World Cup, I've had players miss out due to injuries. So it's not about where they put it. It's just what it is. Football is football. Injuries are part of the game. Kaz_347 says he's in Liverpool. Okay, that's Atomelo. Okay. Oyene says swapped with Pjanic. Okay, that's like the old one. That's like 2 seasons ago. That swapped now like 2 seasons ago. I know he came to Liverpool this August. That may be like Pjanic, old story. Be that one. Okay. Ken Bodman says, good morning, bro. You are doing a great job. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining us. And Shuki say, you are right, bro. Okay, right about what? I don't know. Demoye says, what's your take on this Liverpool team? Or diminishing return assets in? Don't believe in club 7th year voodoo. Well, you don't believe it's happening. So whether you believe or you don't believe, it's not about your belief. It's about the fact that it is happening. So I think he said the magnitude is much now. No, I don't think so. 98. We have a lot of players who missed the World Cup. That was in 2002. Okay, some players missed too. 2006 was the advent of Metatasa. It's just you seeing it in the middle of the season. The decision was collectively taken. It wasn't like it was forced on anybody. The clubs were the one who said they want the World Cup to be moved to November because they don't want their players to go to the World Cup and come back burned out because of the heat. So it's a collective decision. We're all going to stay and support it as it is. But as I said, let me go to YouTube and read all the messages that we have there. Odoni Remile Koike Emperor, I say good morning, Mr. Edafe. Good morning to you. I'm so happy for Awoniyi and Osimhen getting the crucial goal for their clubs. Napoli is really a team to beat this season. Odoni Remile went on to say Dybala injury, a big miss for Mourinho, serious one. Digital Format say good morning, Alegota TV family. Good morning to you. A great weekend of football, EPL to La Liga to Serie A, etc. was exciting. Chelsea draw was not a surprise. They just can't win big games on even when given the chance. Okay, but let me just say this: the celebration of Casemiro, that equalizer. Why was it so why was that so much energy in the celebration? It's just a draw. It wasn't a winning goal.
First of all, it's first goal for the club. Second of all, the timing. The one thing in football is sometimes timing really affects something. If we scored that goal in the first half and we were winning, that was the second goal. The celebration would have maybe have been average.
Maybe.
But that first goal feeling and the timing of you sealing that crucial point, I think that was what really game, because when the game against Everton had an assist, he was really happy, first assist, and looking forward to first goal. Lucky, not lucky in the sense of lucky, but prepared and just met him there.
All right, somebody asked a question about Barcelona. Boss Baba say, I beg, is Xavi really experimenting? He might be lucky to grind result, but what's Sergio still doing in Barca's midfield? We got Ross Brendo. I think he believes in the guy. He's his friend. He's his guy. He's his pal. He believes in his pal, and he's giving him the opportunity to prove himself. And there's nothing anybody can do about that one. There's friendship. There's relationship, and it's also very good for us to know that. But then again, he sees these players in training. They just won their game this weekend, 4 goals to nothing. You're not going to take that away from him. You're still going to show him some respect. He's the gaffer, he's the lead of the team, and he decides who plays. Let's not forget that whether you like it or not, one thing is clear, that he is the one who sees them in training. The only thing that the rest of the world sees on match day. So if the players are not living up to what he expects in their training, sometimes it is hard for you to not, just go on match day and change it. So if these guys are still doing well in training, are still playing well in training, then he'll put them. After all, they won. So it's like they're far from the top position. They're not far. They still have a chance of winning the league. Champions League, maybe that one is not too far to get out of the group stage. It's not in their hands anymore, but they are not mathematically completely out, okay? They are still with theory, so let's keep our fingers crossed. Chuk say _A_, he say, hi bro, can you please give me good game to bet Champions League? No, I cannot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that one. DJ Lau Format said, I'm happy because for thought, right now, Conte can go to Juventus. Tottenham Hotspur and English press don't deserve an excellent coach. They think they have arrived. Stamina Emmanuel, he said, they also said Son will compete for the Golden Boot. Well, I wouldn't blame them because somehow he won it last time out. And he came, he started poorly and then he ended up winning it. So everybody who gave him a chance to win it, I wouldn't blame them. Kevin Duffy on Instagram says, boss, good morning. I want to talk Victor at Napoli. He runs the channel and breaks down on defender. But at Super Eagles, he stands with defenders and believe he can muzzle them. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're wrong. Actually, you're wrong. He runs at defenders everywhere he plays. As a matter of fact, the real problem was that he runs too much. That's the problem with Victor Osimhen. Even for the national team, he runs too much. And we also don't play. Let's remember that we don't play the way Napoli plays. So if you are expecting him to play exactly the way Napoli play, ask yourself, does the Super Eagles play the way Napoli play? Do we do position exchange the way they do in Napoli? We don't do all that. So before you bring this conversation, you have to compare the way the two teams play, because Victor will not just be the guy who brings that Napoli style and play here. Does the Super Eagles players as a team, do they also play the way the Napoli team play to give him the reason to do that same thing that he's doing there? What he's showing you is that he has the ability to do it, but he will do it in a team that plays in a particular kind of way. So unfortunately, they don't play like that. The instructions are different. And have you not seen that Thierry Henry interview where he said when Pep Guardiola asks you to play in a particular position, that's what you do. If they were playing a game against Sporting and he left his position the way he normally does at Arsenal, and he goes to the Messi side and then the leaders change and he scored. And after time, Pep Guardiola yanked him up and told him, when I ask you to do something, you do it. If you don't do it, then you are killing the team, even though you score, right? So when you play football in Europe, it's different. You play to instruction. If a coach gives you instruction, you play. Coaches will always tell you this: when you play to my instruction, I will lose. I know what to fix. When you do it your way, I will lose. I don't know what to fix because I'm not the one responsible for that. So if you want to be in this team, you've got to play to instruction. And that's why some players always get problem with coaches. You don't play to instruction, the coach decides to yank you up and put you on the bench. It's just exactly what's happening with Cristiano Ronaldo. Is Cristiano Ronaldo a great player? Yes. But it's not pressing the way Ten Hag wants. He wants to be Ronaldo. Do you know who I am? He wants to be Cristiano Ronaldo. But then Eric Ten Hag just got this job. He doesn't want to mess the job up. So if you want to play for me, you will press. You would chase after ball. Yes, because that's what he wants. And unfortunately, if you're not going to do that, there's nothing I can do. I'll put you on the bench. That's what's happening there. Eze Patrick, he finally came out of the dead. Okay, Eze Patrick, sorry, these are not good times for you. And I don't know what Jabode Pondit will give you guys tomorrow, but I know it's not going to be good. Eze Patrick said, good morning, boss. Good morning, everyone. Jabode Pondit, welcome. Okay, you asked for it too. Tomorrow, you and the man Sebastian will suffer it. Okay, the Olaraji said, good morning, Elebete. Good morning. I think Man United should let him go if he so wishes. I think Oluwasha Ofumi said, good morning, bro. Good morning to you. Honestly, Victor Osimhen is a beast. Nigeria can boast of quality top striker, world-class center forward in the making. Eze Patrick say, too many talking points for 1 hour. Yeah, we will manage it. We'll say the ones we can say, and then we will go. Okay. SLG Uche says, what is your honest view about Arsenal's chances this season? Top 4 finish. They're not going to win the title. Nobody should even have that conversation at all. Nobody should have that dream, that conversation. Arsenal is the first 11 team. Arsenal does not have a bench. If you remove Gabriel, his replacement will not enter any of the top 10 teams in England. If you remove Thomas Partey, his replacement, Awilo Lokoma, will not enter into any of the top 15 teams in England. So that alone tells you Arsenal does not have it completely. So let's not even have that conversation right now. The Arsenal centre back have only 3 players: Ben White, Saliba, and this guy that is not making plenty mistake, Gabriel Magalhaes. Okay, so if you look at it, it's not as complete as you think. And no matter how hardworking Gabriel Jesus is, he's not a striker. I don't consider Gabriel Jesus as a center, as a striker, like, the guy that will give you 25 to 30 goals a season. It's not that guy. So Arsenal thinking of winning the title, where they can bank on the fact that, they can get goals from everywhere, anybody can score. They can bank on that fact, but banking on that is a risk. It's a gamble that I don't think Arsenal should gamble on. But hey, it is football. Let's say it happen. But I won't sit here and look at that Man City team and see the way they are playing, and I confidently tell you that Arsenal is going to win the title. That's a little bit over pushing it. Okay, that's going from being an analyst to being a fan. I don't want to be that person. I want to do my job and do it well. Across the way to say, as for Ronaldo, let's all agree that he can't press like the coach wants. Okay, he is too old to do that. He should respect himself and leave. Okay, the team is better off in. Okay, that's true. I agree with you. But where is he going to go to? Cars _347. They say, now Kenny, the dream of trophy for Arsenal. No, my Kenny, when you come here this evening, I can't preach. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. No, my Kenny. Does he wish anyhow? As Patrick say, finally the Flamingos have been great though. Their tactics is always all balls to Ajakaye and on God. But I wish them well. A very good defensive unit. You see now that they're winning, all of them, they say they have been great too. I told one guy on Twitter, I said the day they're going to lose now, and I go tell me say the coach not good. I saw Nigerians be as a party said, bros, you signed all this money, hope you're fine. I get Qatar, I know this is blocked, so I'm struggling to bring with my mouth and talk at the same time. A footballer missing the World Cup would be very painful, but I still feel the World Cup will be as frantic as we have seen. Too many injuries and loss of form in the current campaign. Hopefully, I am wrong. That's in it. The way you say wrong, you're wrong. Finish. World Cup will not be as frantic. Come on, shift, pack your face. Come on, it's not Liverpool. The talk here. I am with you guys all the way. Is a partisan boss. Hope you see. Ijebo de Pondit way no at all. You know how to get out. Oduno Yoremila say, boss, Sweden did not qualify. Okay, that's true. Sweden didn't qualify. Yeah, that's true. Sweden did not qualify, so Isaac is not going to Qatar. Sweden didn't qualify for the World Cup. Yeah. Ooh. I thought they qualified. Ah. I thought they qualified. Wow. Eh? Let me see.
Only between that time, I have to say the Nigerian players this weekend were totally. Alex Iwobi, 2 assists.
Man of the match.
That was some 100% performance there. Tawa winning goal. Osimhen.
Man, that's how winning goes. That's how I winning goes, Sha.
It was Nigerian players really did well. Then the under 17 women national team, just to top it off all this week from Friday. I would say please support them, please. But I actually saw the response online was actually a bit better for the support of the national team. Azaka still hasn't even scored in the competition, but in overall,
who cares? As long as they're making progress.
But this Colombian team, I saw Colombia's initial first game against Spain. They lost, but they have a really good. But if God is good and if God is good,
what?
So I'm just saying.
What it concern God on this matter?
It's a prayer. It's a prayer.
Okay, Elijah.
But they have to try.
Elijah, well done.
I was really scared of
Jabo the prayer warrior. Bobby _Ray 213 says, "Good morning, Elegota. Good morning. I just want to talk of Osimhen's goal. It's similar to the one scored by Marco van Basten way back in his prime. Okay, there are plenty of goals that Van Basten scored. You need to remind me of the game he scored against. Okay, but how did that ball come? Like the ball was traveling in one direction and then just bent into the net. Like somebody went and blew breeze.
It happened.
I don't understand how did the ball. I think the ball was going in this trajectory and then all of a sudden it just bent into the net. So some things you can't explain, but hey, it's one of those things that happen in football. There's nothing you can do. Philadelphia says for the World Cup, I think it's one that we see new and unrelated players announce themselves to the world with the absence of key and known players. All the key players will see in this World Cup. There's no key player that is missing for this World Cup. I don't know where they come from all this analogy. There is not a single key player that's missing at this World Cup. All the players that are missing are players that will go to the World Cup and not shine. Kevin Phillips will not go to the World Cup and become a star player. What's it called? Kyle Walker will not go to the Varane don't go World Cup before he won the World Cup. When he won the World Cup, was he the star player of the France team? No. So let's not be talking all these things. No way, all the players that are missing from this World Cup, there is not one of them that would have gone to that World Cup and become the star player. So all the people that are meant to be star players are still coming to the World Cup and they will shine. I mean, I need to I will go World Cup, go become the grand performer for the first World Cup. When I shift, leave on this one at the top. Stephen says Arthur was swapped with Pjanic a few years back. He is quite correct. No, it's quite not correct, Stephen. Arthur is a Liverpool player. He's on loan at Liverpool, and I know that because I follow the transfer and we've confirmed it. But currently, Arthur plays for Liverpool, and that's the conversation we're having now. It should be is quite correct. One bring 10 years ago conversation into today. Oduni Remileko, he said Arsenal also have an outstanding game, even though Man City and next year. Divine Toke, he say CR7 should return to Sporting Lisbon. They go fit pay salary and serve all the MLS, like you said, make somebody beg Todd Bolly. No reason well, if you reason I ain't go benefit I know what they see we go make a reason maybe for commercial purpose, but then again, we'll give the coach problem. Akpazaba, it's a tell analyst with you in the studio that nothing like prayers in football. Even Suleiman hide under canopy of bulletproof car to avoid spoofing. Oh God, this boy is crazy. To avoid spoofing, despite his belief in anointing oil. You never can tell, boss. Sanchez went with Portugal and became a hit, and that's the Euro, not the World Cup. No, I don't agree. There's no new player coming to the World Cup to come and all the star players that will perform at the World Cup, they are going. And none of them is missing. So nobody should come and be telling me, because this whole idea of because the World Cup is going to hold in November, we're not going to have a good World Cup. Hey, that's balderdash. I'm not going to agree with you on that one at all. Divine, what's it called? Divine Okene says CR7 should return to Sporting, Lisbon, Sef, or MLS. Okay, I've read that one. Oduni Ramileko, he said, Cowboys may sign Ronaldo in January. The London Cowboys, Chelsea Football Club. If he sign him, do you know that they might sign him? They might just decide, you know what, let's take him out of his misery, let's bring him to Chelsea, let's get him to where. I mean, they signed Aubameyang and they celebrated it. Aubameyang, we have gotten Aubameyang. Like, in my head, I was like, Chelsea, Aubameyang, like that's the guy you go for. Okay, now. I have nothing to say. And when I go end up in 7th position, when I come to Aubameyang, need to carry it to go Champions League. That's why Chelsea are clear. Yemi Dynamite, my sister says top 4 is the goal for Arsenal. So the result over the weekend is not derailing the course yet, but it not be more happy new week, happy new week to you too. Additionally, for myself, Victor and Awoni have done well. They have really, really done well, and I like their performance. I enjoyed it. I like the fact that Awoni scored against Liverpool. Those who don't know why I'm happy about that one. And Liverpool also lost. Oh God. If Liverpool lose now, it is with me. Yemi Dynamite, he said Casemiro has seen that United standard and expectation is low. Hence why he was celebrating equalizing in a match in the first half of the season. Okay. Additionally, for my say, I was so happy for our Flamingos ladies. Okay. And then Yolara just say whether you are a legend or a legend. Jesus Christ. I don't think professionals should behave the way he does. Still a great player though. One of my all-time greatest. That's Cristiano Ronaldo is talking about. But do you know, like I say, yes, I agree with your take on Jesus. That was why you were clamoring for another goal poacher apart from Jesus bringing in, apart from just bringing in Gabriel Jesus. Yes, because it's not your 25 goal play. It will work. Oh, busy doing nothing. It will work. You will see in press, give you the work rate. But I mean, if Arsenal had signed Alvarez, the Alvarez is at Man City, as a backup to Gabriel Jesus' head, now you cannot say, okay, Arsenal are title contenders because there are going to be days where you play the two of them together. But the disparity between the players. Okay, so Fabio Vieira can step in for Odegaard. Emile Smith can also step in for Odegaard or step in for Martinelli. That is if he's fit. Okay, that's good. But you see, the two key positions in the Arsenal team is that striking position and that defensive midfield position. CB Loco, even if I'm playing a match against Arsenal, I mean, I will give Thomas Partey a run. I will give him a go, right? But let's say you now get injured and you now bring in Simbi. I know they will see himself. Simbi is, I know they say him. Like, I know they like, who will that one? This one. I know they will see himself. I'm not going to hurry to pass my ball. I'm going to be face out with the ball. Because it might be, it's not there. It's not the map. It's not the football map. I just hope that in January they could get someone in. Like by January, if Arsenal is still on top of the log, well, I don't think so, Sha.
Yeah, because that December course on them. Who knows, though? Who knows?
If Arsenal is still on December, there's no football now until 26th.
Yeah. Okay.
So if Arsenal is still on top of the log by January or by the end of December, then they will know that they need a reinforcement. They need a guy who can put the ball in the net. Any Nketiah should not even be playing in the championship. I don't know about that. Tonight hear that they are paying him £100,000 a week. Ha! Jesus. I don't know, Sha. That's like, there are sometimes where you see that a club is really, really wasting money. As Patrick say, away from football, okay? The flood, the fear me, almost everywhere in the country is suffering, man. That flood is crazy anyway. But, I mean, the flood does not require talk, it requires action. And because I don't have any action to put, I try not to talk about it. Divine, okay, you say, I have a question. Can Victor Osimhen walk into Arsenal starting 11? I do think he can walk into Chelsea and Manchester United starting 11. Who's going to stop him from that starting 11? There's nobody.
From Arsenal?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's nobody that will stop him. Martinelli will drop now.
Okay.
They'll drop Martinelli or Saka, one of them now. Yeah, and Jesus will play up front. The system will just change. The system will change to a proper 4-4-2 or 4-1-3-2, but definitely would walk into that starting level. But Arsenal have the money to buy him because anybody that wants to buy Victor Osimhen right now should cough out over 100 million. If you don't get that kind of money, stay away.
Well, all Premier League teams have once upon a time been interested in him, though. Liverpool, Man City.
Osimhen will walk into every team in the Premier League right now. Every team in the Premier League. And then again, this is what brings the argument when I tell people that, listen, Premier League cannot be said to be the best league in the world because Osimhen will not walk into a Real Madrid team. He will not walk into that Real Madrid starting 11 as bad as they are, right? Even the Barcelona team will struggle. But when I say, I see people insulting me the other night. You guys don't get that. You will watch Nottingham Forest. No, that's not how you judge it. If the student of this school that you regarded as the best are not competing internationally with other students and coming at tops, then this school is not the best, right? The only argument for best footballer of the year comes from 2008 or 2009 that Cristiano Ronaldo won it. This Premier League started since 1992. Again, this is a league that the coaches of the country have not won once. There are so many indices, so many factor indices. The only argument that people give are emotional arguments. In my line of job, you argue with fact. The coaches in England have not managed to win the league once. Wow. Majority of the best players of this league come from abroad. The league does not produce its own best players.
Well, in Italy, almost all the teams managers are Italians, almost all. And in England,
and in Spain, the same thing. So I don't understand where this whole argument of English league being the best. If it's a marketable league, yes, it's a noisy league. But the fact that they are making noise does not mean they are the best. Best is different, okay? When we talk about best, we talk about quality, not quantity. If it is quantity, Premier League, top of the pile. But best, plenty gold, not be diamond, though. You know how you look at rich. If you go to the Olympics, if you want 200 silver and I win 1 gold, I'm better. I rank above you. And the way it is right now, the English league is not even in that conversation. So I think he said Osimhen can't bench Haaland in City, except you want to find a wing for him. They will find a position for him. Yeah, he will not bench Haaland in City. Obviously, I don't think there's anybody in the world right now that will bench Haaland in City. But still, Osimhen will walk into everything in the Premier League, every single team in that Premier League, and get a playing place in the team. They'll put Grealish off. Grealish will go. Because first off, if you sign him for over 100 million, he's guaranteed to start.
Yes.
It's guaranteed to start. No, there's no argument about that. He's guaranteed to start. Grealish will go off for Mahrez or somebody or Phil Foden. After all, they play Phil Foden and Haaland together. Against Manchester United, the two of them play together. So why would he not play with Haaland? He will play with Haaland, and the two of them will have fun playing together. So I don't see any big argument there, Saviki. It's not about benching. It's not about benching Haaland. He can play with Haaland. That's how you look at it. Divine Tokyo says, okay, I think I've read on. He said his reputation has definitely been affected as a legend of Manchester United. And then they say, come to think of it, Ronaldo had issues virtually everywhere he went. And he said that Everton third goal was classic. Iwobi is just raising his stock and value with every passing game. You just can't fault his play. So happy for him. Now let's talk about Iwobi Small. We have just 2 more minutes before we go. Now that everybody is praising him, is it not clear that what I said about him before is true? Can you compare this Iwobi now to that past Iwobi? The way Nigerians easily accept mediocrity, not everybody will accept it. Now there's not a single person in the world, even his greatest hater cannot criticize him. You know why? Because now he's playing football. He's playing football like a professional footballer. Iwobi used to play like a child, like he had no business being on the football field. And I'll say it again and again that time. But now he's number 17 on the jersey, but he's number 1 in the heart of everybody. The coach, bringing any coach to Everton is going to be number 1 because he's playing football the way he should play it. And look at his numbers. When in a season have you seen him give 5 assists in his first 10 or first 11 games? This is the first time it's happening. And he's won 2 or 3 man of the match already this season. So if you look at it carefully, you'll see that what I said before about that people are calling beef is the truth. But it's just that maybe my standards are too high and people, easily must, you're playing in Europe there, you are good. No. If you have a potential, you should live up to it. And it does not necessarily, like I keep saying, it does not necessarily need to dribble like a coach to be a good player. Just play and have a position where people will know, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. And you can see the result of his play. And we're just there now. Okay? A lot of Duni Ramileka said Taiwo is getting better with the positioning, and Cooper should please play him regularly. He's trying to please everybody on the squad. He's trying to get everybody on the squad. I think that if they give Taiwo Awoniyi, maybe because it's our boy, I don't know, but if they give him a regular playing time, he just might score a lot more goals. Yemi Dana might say, Big Uncle E, do you think the World Cup would affect eventual top four of leagues in Europe, sir? I don't think so. I don't think so. They'll come back and get back into the action. The teams that are winning will still win it. The teams that make top four will still make top four. There's a Patrick. You say one question. Oh, our players are really fire in Europe, but waiting they happen when they play for national team. Juju, they follow us. Not really. The last time they played for the national team, they scored 10 goals in the qualifier. So let's use that. The two qualifiers that they played, they scored 12 goals and considered one. So maybe we can stand on that one and ignore the friendly matches. Do you remember, like I said, probably if Pogba misses shot, but you see that Kamavinga and Chumeni, any of them fit replace him. I agree. But N'Golo Kante does not have replacements. That's something we should all accept. N'Golo Kante does not have replacement, and that's very, very key. Here's a Patrick, bro. If na style of play, Flamingos no get to na on God and all balls to Akai down the channel, but still we wish them well because now our team. That thing you just described, is that not the style of play? The thing is, you watch the game and you want a style of play that resembles your Liverpool. No, that's a style of play on its own. It doesn't necessarily have to be what you think. People win matches by doing what they think can help them win matches. That's how football is played, especially in cup games like this. If they play the style that you want them to play and they get defeated in the group stage, we'll not be having this conversation. So if they're playing this one and this one is taking them forward, that is the style. If now a white coach now do this style, now you go say a new invention. Yeah, the coach invented a new style. He look at his players and he find out that this is the style that is good for his players, and they decide to use it.
I also remember a particular game Jose Mourinho was playing, and then they came into the team, and what he told them was to go out and defend, because the level of players that he had against the level of players that particular manager had was not enough. And
Inter Barcelona is a good example.
Exactly. So 1-1 he ended that game. They didn't win. The other manager was so furious that are they playing with any style or something? You know, styles are every team is always different.
Yeah. Saviki said Osimhen was a white boy or playing in EPL. A lot of clubs would have been looking for him. No, that's not true. A lot of clubs are still looking for him right now. I don't want to buy into this. If you're playing for the EPL, players are bought from everywhere. Players are bought from Portuguese league, from every league. The thing is, Osimhen have his own injury concern, and then De Laurentiis does not want to sell Osimhen. That's just the truth. He still want maybe 1 or 2 seasons from him. If they win the league, let's say De Laurentiis knows that if they're going to win the league, Osimhen is very, very pivotal. Okay, if they win, when they win the league this season, hopefully, I know that AC Milan is 3 points behind them, and anything is possible. But if they win the league this season, let me not use one. If they win the league this season and clubs come for him, then they will go. The biggest prayer for Osimhen is that he shouldn't get injured. Like, he should avoid injury. But Murray says, if the case of Ronaldo, in the case of Ronaldo, I don't think we'll be able to let him go in January because we'll be short up front and we won't be able to get an adequate replacement in winter transfer window. So you're not letting him go, you're not playing him, and he's training with you under 23. What's the use? What kind of use is it? Are you replacing him? He's not a part of the team right now, and it doesn't look like he's going to be part of the team. But Beret replied to Victor Saviki, says, it's his price tag and De Laurentiis that scares club. It's not about where he plays, it's about price tag and De Laurentiis. Laurentiis want to win the league, and he thinks that this guy will help him win the league. Here's a Patrick, who say Premier League na best league. Quality of players, them no issue, but media and promotion, they are the best at it. I agree with you on that one. Not saying Daniel Lewandowski is the only player that can bench Haaland. Okay. Justin Babu, he said, who do you think should leave Chelsea in January? Pulisic or Ziyech? The two of them should get out, or both. And who should replace them? I don't know who will replace them, but the two of them should get out of that team. Okay, they can't give you 10 straight games. Any player that cannot give me 10 consecutive games, I don't think it should be counted, because when you bank on them, they will disappoint. When you bank on them, they will fail. I don't like those kind of players. Okay. Here's a Patrick say, boss, you not read my comment about our under-23 Olympic team. Oh, very, very poor. I don't read them. Boss, leave Liverpool, I beg. I go leave them. Yeah, team. Rubbish, Robin Hood. If you don't say you're not going to feel, you don't leave Man City, they win the go. Rotten team. I beat to now 1-0. Club 22, MPFA club. So Liverpool come to the Nigerian Professional Football League there and they'll be beating them anyhow. Wow. On that side, Daniel is the last one that I read today. Kudos to Alex Iwobi, but he still has some part of his game to improve on, e.g., his reaction of putting his hand on his head. That one, like say, you know, if he stop that one again. Or vice versa, whenever he loses a pass, needs to be checked. Good job, sir. As a Patrick you say, who they laugh there now? No worry, tomorrow you go hear a voice where they will give one. I'm not saying they save something for you and Emmanuel. You will hear him tomorrow. Well, this is where we draw the curtain on the show. I don't know if Benedict have anything to say before we go, but we're over time by 5 minutes.
Well, Olaiyan scored for Torino in this game. I'm pretty happy for him. Really happy for Nigeria. Has kind of putting himself everywhere in the news, music industry, entertainment industry, politics, D7 and all that. But good one for Nigeria.
I don't know about the politics so that he brought into this conversation, Asha, but my people more than obvious, politics is not part of it. Let's just pretend like we didn't see that one. Okay, yeah. Thank you very much for your time with us. Do well to subscribe to our channels if you've not subscribed, and do well to also drop comment. Even on our short videos, I don't know, it's not long, just 59 seconds or less. When I not see the comment, what do we do now? We offend now. I mean, if we grow na batting, I know I'm more grow like AFTV and the rest, and Fabrizio Romano channel. When I help us grow now. After that, when I see the good outside, they go comment. When I see the comment for our own, I beg, we beg. Well, this is where we're already cutting on the show today. It's been a wonderful time with Benedict and the fans all on the show today. God bless you guys who join in on the radio, join in on Instagram, on YouTube. Let's do this again tomorrow on the radio. As Emmanuel Sebastian will be here with me and Benedict, and then so on and so forth. God bless you and have for yourself a wonderful day. Like I always say, don't be part of the problem, be part of the solution. If you can't be part of the solution, please do well to applaud those who are at least working very hard to be part of the solution. Hybrid 10 is been forever. It's been ages. Send me a mail, please. You say, I just wake up. I understand. The time difference is crazy. Okay? But thanks for joining. Where is Johnny Gafar? It's been a while. I hope you're good. Take care and have for yourself a wonderful day. My name is Idafi Matthew. So you love to come in the But I Want to Sports. Alongside Benedict Eki, we've given you the sports buffet this morning. Tomorrow is another day. Bye-bye. Miss you too, every time.